But first, before I talk about the conference, let me just give you a couple of words about the IMBS, a commercial. The Institute for Mathematical Behavioral Sciences. What we're doing, this is an institute that was, well, we had our 15-year review last year, so this must be our 16th year, although a different form of it was in existence for about 5 years prior to that. The institute was founded by Duncan Luce, and really in recognition of his many contributions, not only going far, far beyond just introducing or creating this institute. This is no longer lecture room. It's now the Duncan Luce conference room in recognition of everything that he has contributed. We would like to have done a building, but we didn't have the 10 billion that was required, or what the amount happened to be. The purpose of the institute is really what the words say, mathematical behavioral sciences. It's part of the growing interdisciplinary type approach going around the world, where indeed we recognize that the use of mathematics will help, the muscle power of mathematics will help advance, help us better understand, help us make progress in the issues of the social and behavioral sciences. You know, for millennia, there has been this nice symbiotic relationship between mathematics and the physical sciences, which has helped both areas, where issues from the physical sciences has helped create new mathematics, and the mathematics has helped create and find resolutions and answers and the complexity of, et cetera, and the physical sciences. And the hope is to do precisely the same thing with the behavioral social sciences and mathematics. This has been going on for some time. Our first speaker, well, I'll introduce him in a few seconds, but Kenneth Arrow has advanced the use of mathematics to understand a lot, decision analysis, economics, and so forth. There are other people here who have done so. Simon Levin with his institute and his work, and received his PhD in mathematics and his work in Princeton, and Eric Maskin, doing so now at the Institute for Advanced Studies, at Northwestern University where I was. And here at the IMBS we have activities going on evolutionary game theory, and the use of mathematics in vision, the use of mathematics in decision analysis and learning theory. We'll be having a conference on learning theory later on in this quarter, and on and on. Excuse me. You see what I'm doing is keeping an eye on the clock, because really the main purpose of me giving this talk right here is to make sure most of the people arrive so that the first speaker is not interrupted. And so as you see, as I'm talking, I'm keeping my eye on the back door and seeing when the number of people start slowing down, so we can get on to the real business of the conference. So let me talk about this conference. Adaptive change and mechanism design. Adaptive change. Just pick up the finance paper of the newspaper, today's paper, and you'll see problems concerning adaptive change. Hopefully, adaptive change. But with the question of mechanism design, let me just use, or paraphrase, not use, the words that Eric Maskin said a year ago in a conference here, that you should think of mechanism design in some sense as the engineering aspect, I think that's the way you phrased it, of economics. That really what you want to do is, rather than looking at economic systems and trying to figure out what are the solutions, let's go the other way. How are we going to create the appropriate incentives, the appropriate disincentives, the appropriate organization in order to achieve a desired outcome? And in fact, Simon Levin hosted a conference this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that Kenneth Arrow and I, among many others, attended, where we were talking precisely about this kind of issue. What are the appropriate incentives, the appropriate disincentives for the question of environmental change to get us on a more appropriate